Welcome back to Kingdom Hearts.
It's weird. I feel like I've been to Agrabah before a couple times.
Yeah,
I feel like
this is like the third time we've tried this.
But we haven't. We forgot to include something the last 3 times.
I had myself muted in OBS.
Oh, I was gonna
Discord
say alcohol.
Discord and my mic were muted in OBS, so it did record the audio
I
for
was gonna
this
say we
entire
forgot.
episode.
I was gonna say we forgot to include alcohol.
Oh yeah, now that's included because I'm done dealing with this shit.
We're gonna sober up for the next episode, and it's gonna be a fresh start.
Probably
That's a
not.
lie. But yeah.
No, this
Agrabah.
session's probably gonna be
terrible.
no. I like
Okay.
it.
Okay, because like I've already used up all my commentary energy. Like everything I could have talked about, I already talked about before, and like
For
trying to
Agrabah or
for Agrabah.
well,
like,
I mean, we can bring up stuff that we did last time that pertains to Agrabah. Or,
I mean, I mentioned there's the economics discussion about Aladdin.
yeah. Or, I was thinking of random stuff we could talk about last night, and, I came to the conclusion that, it'll probably be asked by someone at some point, but what our influence is. And I feel like who inspired us would be a good discussion.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I know for me, and from an editing standpoint, I'd say probably like Oni Plays, or it's a combination of Oni Plays and Game Grumps editing style, whereas Oni Plays, he edits basically anything that isn't fun to watch that gets edited out, whereas the Game Grumps, from what I understand, the way they edit and have people edit for them is leave everything in unless it's like repetitive and boring, i.e. there's a bunch of backtracking or Aaron can't get past a certain point, then they edit that stuff out until they get it. So it's kind of like a very stark contrast between editing styles.
Absolutely,
And it like is in constant battle in my head as to which one I like more and which one I want to pursue. So I'm Oops, sorry. So
Sorry,
for like this LP, I'm attempting the Oni play style where I'll edit out things that I find boring, or like if something is repetitive or if nothing's happening, I'll edit it out, you know.
Yeah, I guess my main editing influence would be either nothing, or it would be well, there's a somewhat political like commentary gaming YouTuber named Rags. His avatar is like a Shiba.
Yeah.
He specifically talked about how he used Windows Movie Maker and just made do with that.
Yeah.
And I don't really like his editing style, but just being reassured that I can be easy enough to use Movie Maker, which is all I know.
Yeah, definitely.
That does it. Also, and that's because that's why I strive so hard to like do a good job while I'm commentating.
Yeah.
Which explains why I'm so typically when I have energy, which is now it's not one of those times. When I have energy and I'm recording, you can very well tell because I'm quite eloquent. And I also feel like another one of my influences in that regard would be that I watch a lot of long-form game analysis videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
Some of which is off the cuff. Which I really do enjoy.
I've been watching, I can't remember his name. Shoot. Well, he does like Fallout analysis and game analysis videos.
Mr. Caption?
Nope. If I had my phone, I could grab it. Okay. Anyway, keep talking. I'll look it up.
But yeah, I'm a really big fan of those kind of personality-based YouTubers. Personality and analysis-based. But when it comes to like my sense of humor and how I want to let's play and my kind of like, I guess, methodology, and for lack of a better word, politics of how to do this job, it comes from Super Best Friends Play, in which I make the kind of videos I want to make, regardless of what will actually be successful. Now, Travis is there to keep me in check because he's not as extreme in that regard. So, for example, I want the videos to be an hour long. because it's easier for me to edit, and I like the idea of sitting down to watch a video like it's a feature-length film. I like the idea of uploading maybe once or twice a week, but with 1 hour long videos. Travis, rightly so, says that's stupid, and you're going to kill the channel.
I don't think it's stupid, but like, for
It's not
a new channel, it's probably not.
It's not a bright idea.
Yeah.
And I acknowledge that. That's how I want to do it. And that's how I did it for my channel, and that's why I have like no views.
Also, the channel I've been watching on, well, for like 2 days in a row, I watched a bunch of his content. It's called Strat Edgy.
Strategy. Yes, he's fantastic.
Yeah, he really is.
I watched his. Have you watched all of his Elder Scrolls videos?
Yes, I did. Elder Scrolls and Fallout videos, I watched all of.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
And those are kind of that, and alongside of me just wanting to play it again, or why I want to play Oblivion.
I think what's interesting is like, it's interesting how you get these. Sometimes you get these reviews of games or retrospectives of games that are as classic and as high quality as the games they're based on.
Yeah.
So like, for example, Matthew Matosis's Demon's Souls, Dark Souls, and Dark Souls 2 videos are, if you like Dark Souls, you should watch them. They are fantastic.
Yeah.
Or like, I think Mr. Caption's Fallout 4 and New Vegas critiques are phenomenal, because he gets right to the heart of what people enjoy about Fallout and manages to analyze those games in a really good way. He even his Fallout 3 video, which is highly critical of Fallout 3 and its lore decisions, he completely understands why people like the game, and he even likes it himself. And a lot of videos, a good example of somebody who doesn't understand why people like Fallout 3 at all and focuses on all the wrong shit is H Bummer Guy's Fallout 3 video, which is Fallout 3 is garbage and here's why. Where he basically constantly shits on the game for, its combat style and being so gory and over the top, and in reality, as someone who's currently going through Fallout 2, nothing is more over the top and gory than Fallout 2.
Fallout 1 and 2 are really gory and kind of over the top.
Fallout 1's a lot more.
Fallout 1's a little more tame, but
in its tone, absolutely, but in its like when you look at it and it's just as crazy.
Yeah.
Not a lot of mobsters though.
Also, Salt Factory's videos on the series.
Those come across as just a normal dude.
Yeah, that's all they are. They're a normal dude revisiting games that he played as a kid, and they still hold up.
That's what I really enjoy about Salt Factory's videos, because it's just like he doesn't come across as like Vitosis or Strategy or fucking Caption all come across as like basically like otaku, or like people who are like experts on the shit,
Yeah.
Who've been doing it for a long time, and they are.
Strategy actually gave me the idea for my build in Fallout 1. Just
oh, okay.
Essentially max small guns and use an SMG. That's why we're doing that in Fallout 2 with the P90, because I'm like, oh, SMGs are really good. Okay.
Yeah, I was watching I watched the video like this week while I was at work, and I'm like, that's a good idea. I hope I can do that, even though my luck is terrible. And you're like, we're doing it, and I'm like, all right, fine. That's all the motivation I needed. Yeah, like that was the thing that came up in his video that I really liked. But yeah, that Salt Factory just comes across as like a normal dude, and that's what I really like about him. Yep. He doesn't come across as like this big RPG fanatic.
Now, as for me, for commentary-wise, I think I lean more towards the at least trying to be informational kind of thing.
Yeah, I can rely on my knowledge of something without trying to be so humorous.
Yeah, because like I realized before that I'm just not comedic. I'm not fit for comedy. I will probably never be, unless I took like improv or acting classes, but that's something that's never gonna happen. But so I try to do like I guess best friends play kind of style of commentary where it's informative and
a lot of theirs just comes
open discussion.
Really, a lot of theirs just comes across as really natural, because it seems like the kind of conversations they just normally have, which is exactly what
that's what I go for.
Like I don't try to go. I don't try to force myself to make jokes. I just talk, and if something funny comes up,
Exactly.
And follow it to its natural conclusion. Now the difference between real life and this is we will not only follow it to it in real life. We won't only follow it to its natural conclusion. We'll follow it further until it gets so dark that we can't talk about it anymore.
Yeah.
Like we were playing Divinity with a friend who has since been cut out of our friends group, who had a character who had this really fucked up dark backstory, and
we kept piling.
We kept piling it on and like doing impressions and like doing fake TV interviews with the character, and it just kept going and going and going until it hit this point where it was so upsetting and fucked up
that like half of us got uncomfortable, but because I'm used to shit like that, it didn't really faze me. I thought it was great.
It's one of those jokes that when you get halfway through, you realize two of the people that were making the jokes aren't talking anymore.
Yeah.
And you're like, why aren't they talking? Is it because the things we are discussing are beyond all bounds of human decency?
Yeah.
And are actively soul destroying if thought about seriously for even a second? Is that why? It's that vibe.
To touch on before about the style of that it's conversations they would have in real life. I thought of like last night the best way to describe what I want our commentary and channel to be is us on a couch playing video games and just talking normally, you know?
Yeah.
Like how we used to when we were kids and shit, just have random talks and discussions.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's the best way to do commentary. Because like I don't get me wrong, I like solo and I like co-commentary to watch, but like I am so not really jealous, but like I'm in awe at people who can do solo commentary and hold a conversation and just constantly find stuff to talk about.
Oh yeah, not only that, but like the thing you got to realize about solo commentary is it is naturally fake.
Yeah.
You can't, like, being able to do believable independent commentary is insanity because there is no such thing as real independent commentary in real life unless you talk to yourself like a fucking crazy person while playing your video games.
Yeah.
If you do that, maybe, but most people are either silent, talking to someone else, or just making random grunts and comments as they play a game.
Have you noticed that, I'm sure it's probably just me being crazy, but have you noticed yourself starting to talk and hold conversations more than you do in your head than usual? Because we've started doing this?
Yeah, I've never really had a problem with that in real life, but I've never had the fear of dead air that I have now.
Yeah.
Where lulls in the conversation now give me anxiety, I guess.
Definitely.
Or make me go, all right, we got dead air, what's going on? We can't just leave dead air here. People are going to get bored, they're going to click away. And it's that vibe of just what was previously something natural and not to be feared is now an annoyance.
Yeah.
Maybe not giving me anxiety, but enough to make me go, all right, we can't keep doing this.
What can we do to fix this?
What can we do to fix this? That's the better way of putting it.
Yeah, what topic should I bring up? What can I talk about?
Because you don't want to overdo it. Because if you bring up the wrong topic with somebody and it's too much, they'll just go, what the fuck? And then it'll never go anywhere.
At that point, I think falling back onto what's going on in-game is also a viable option, too.
Yeah, there's so many times where you and I will be talking about something, and then there'll be this natural lull, and you'll go, well, as you can see here, we have a box, and I'm lifting the box.
Yeah.
And what do you think about boxes, Alex? What's your favorite boxes in video games? And I'll be like,
Tiny Box Tim.
Yeah. I love boxing. I love Punch-Out. Punch-Out's a fantastic video game.
Can't get behind it.
You don't like Punch-Out?
Not a big fan of it. But then again, I barely played it. I played it for a little bit, and I'm like, this doesn't seem for me.
I'm a total, like...
And that's weird, though, because I like puzzle games, and that's more or less a puzzle game.
Pretty much, yeah. I love repetition and, like, having to learn patterns and stuff with high difficulty.
Yeah.
Like, I really like that kind of thing.
I do too, like, especially, that's, like, a big reason why I like Dark Souls 1.
Mm-hmm. That's why I love games like Hotline Miami and Fury and those kind of just really, or Super Meat Boy, where it's just really, really fucking difficult, but really forgiving.
Yeah.
Like my perfect game would be the kind of game where it's just really, really difficult but really forgiving because I don't enjoy being overly punished for my mistakes.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
I like being allowed to make mistakes, you know?
Yeah. There's a certain amount of leniency that is much appreciated.
Well, being aware of something being punishing is really effective for games that aren't actually that hard.
Yeah.
Like, if you have a game that's not that difficult, you know, but where you just gotta, you know, where it's like middling difficulty and you gotta know the mechanics and play it properly, you know.
Yeah.
Being told, hey, you have limited lives, or being told, hey, if you fuck up, you're gonna have to, you know, lose something, you know, or go back way further than you did before. That helps add a tension that wouldn't be there otherwise, you know.
Yep.
Makes it feel harder, even though it actually isn't. It's just the same gameplay.
Yeah, definitely.
Like I think one of my favorite mechanics that does that is yellow orbs from Devil May Cry. But Devil May Cry is already a super difficult mechanic, so never mind. Apparently, it's difficult. People keep telling me it is. I had trouble with it as a kid, but I'm just so used to it now that it doesn't feel difficult to me anymore.
You've been playing it for the past like 13 years.
10 years.
Though.
Yeah. Like, of course you jump over it. Of course you can. Of course you don't have to always roll to the side. You can jump over attacks because your jumps have iframes.
Yeah.
Of course your guns barely do any damage. It's meant to hold enemies in place while you bounce them into the air.
It only took me 5 years to learn that Dante had a stinger. Or how the stinger worked, 10,000 stabs.
Yeah, it's triangle, triangle, pause, triangle, and you just mash. You can mash it out.
I still barely
you can
know
also
those combos.
You can also roll cancel out of it.
Yeah.
You can also high time out of it, in which you do your sweep back to bounce an enemy into the air. If you only do half of the high time to knock the enemy into the air, and then you do the launcher version where you go up with it, they'll get even more air time. It'll keep them in the air longer. And then you can switch to gunslinger and do a rainstorm. It's just little things like that are just natural understanding for me. Like, man, there's so much. There's so many things. If you're surrounded by enemies that are kicking your ass, pop DT. It'll knock them back, and it'll allow you to regenerate a bunch of health, so you can keep your combo going.
Yeah, Devil Trigger in Devil May Cry 1 is really powerful.
Oh yeah, if you're playing Devil May Cry 1, just use Double Trigger all the time.
Yeah.
Everywhere, all the time. Make sure you have Alistair equipped so you get the electricity attacks.
Yep.
I
just like use the shotgun. Like you got the shotgun, just don't stop using that.
What cancels the shotgun? Everything? Okay. You can walking to the left.
Shouldn't that be reversed? What doesn't, or shouldn't that be opposite? What doesn't cancel the shotgun?
No, you can cancel.
Or what doesn't the shotgun cancel? Or I think you worded that wrong, but now I'm wording it wrong.
What cancels the shotgun? Everything, and what I mean by that is the only thing that doesn't cancel the shotgun is firing the shotgun. If you move to the left, it'll cancel out of the firing animation and recoil animation, so you can fire again.
Oh, okay,
as long as you're doing something different every time, you can basically rapid fire the shotgun. So jumping, landing, moving left, moving right, shooting, rolling, slashing, everything cancels out of the shotgun.
Yep.
What
else also cancels out of the shotgun is the ending of an episode.
Yeah.
So thank you for watching. See
Never
you
try
all
to
next
cancel.
time.
Never try to cancel out of the shotgun in real life. It'll end badly.